Mabuhay og madayaw, I'm K.Andy Kagbay, and the purpose of our presentation is to identify and analyze the Fattom factors found in our household. Fattom stands for food, acidity, time, temperature, oxygen, and moisture. These are the six conditions that allow bacteria to grow in food. By understanding these factors, we can learn how to prevent food spoilage and foodborne illnesses in this presentation. We show our real-life household observations and explain how Fatum applies to each one. For our first observation, we identify it as food, time, temperature, and moisture. We noticed leftover breakfast food, especially ham and afritada, that was left on the table for more than 2 hours before being stored. These foods are high in protein and moisture, which makes them perfect for bacterial growth. Since they were left at room temperature for too long, the food entered the temperature danger zone, where bacteria can multiply rapidly. In addition, some parts were wrapped in plastics, which trapped moisture and created a warm and humid environment, an ideal condition for bacteria to thrive. That's why it's important to store cooked food immediately after eating and avoid leaving out for more than 2 hours to prevent contamination.
Good day everyone, my name is John Darcy Cabahit. For example, under Fattom, I choose acidity using chicken adobo. In this photo, the adobo is left on the kitchen counter to cool before being served for lunch. Vinegar is one of the main ingredients. The dish has a high level of acidity which helps prevent rapid bacterial growth. That's why adobo is known as one of the most long-lasting Filipino dishes. Because the vinegar naturally preserves the food by preventing microorganisms from multiplying. So in short, vinegar in adobo is not just for flavor. It's also a natural food preservative that protects the dish from spoilage. Next, we have boiled eggs to represent food, time, and temperature in Fattom. In this photo, the eggs are left at room temperature for more than 2 hours before being served, creating a potential food safety risk. Although eggs are high in protein and nutritious, improper handling and extended exposure to the temperature danger zone can promote bacterial growth and make them unsafe to eat. That's why it's important to store eggs at safe temperatures and avoid leaving them out for more than 2 hours. Temperature control and proper storage help keep boiled eggs safe to eat and prevent foodborne illness. So in summary, boiled eggs show how food type, time, and temperature work together to affect bacterial growth.
This picture shows the T in Fattom, which stands for temperature. It's about how temperature affects the growth of bacteria and food. When we keep meat in the freezer, below 0 degrees Celsius, bacteria can grow or multiply. That's why freezing food helps it last longer. Bacteria grow fast only between 5 degrees Celsius and 60 degrees Celsius, which is called the danger zone. So by keeping food frozen, we stop spoilage and make it safe to eat later.
And lastly, we have cake as an example of food, time, temperature, and moisture. The cake's cream and sponge have high moisture and nutrients that bacteria can grow in. If left out for hours, especially in warm environments, it can enter the temperature danger zone and become unsafe to eat. That's why leftover cake should be stored in the refrigerator to maintain safety and freshness. For our observation, we can see that the Fattom factors play a big role in food safety. Each food we analyze shows how easily bacteria can grow when the right conditions are present, like moisture, warmth, and time.
We recommend practicing proper food handling at home, such as refrigerating leftovers immediately, keeping raw meat separate from cooked food, and using clean containers. We should also monitor food storage time and temperature to prevent bacterial growth. In conclusion, being aware of the Fattom factors help us make better decisions in food preparation and storage. By controlling these factors, we can reduce the risk of foodborne illness and ensure our household meals are safe and healthy to eat. Thank you for watching our presentation.